Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing fine. If you're new here, then subscribe because you will find our videos intriguing. Now today I have a very interesting story to share. It's about a brother who went viral after his video of him got leaked on social media saying that Africans stay in woods and trees. Trust me, you don't want to miss this, so let's check out this video together.
When I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland and let them see that, hey, we're blessed over here, you know, but look at them. They're staying in woods and trees.
Now, after watching this clip, trust me, I just can't stop laughing. Wait, which Africa is he talking about? Because I'm really lost. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really lost. Okay, I'm just picturing a whole family staying in a tree, and guess what separates the rooms? Branches. Anyway, already you know that this is a must watch, so continue watching this video as we get to see what others had to say on the stitches. And remember, I always give my comments at the end of the video, so stay glued as we watch the stitches.
I want to know what part of Africa you're taking your child that you're going to be seeing people swinging on trees and people living in trees. Are you taking them to where the pygmies are? Because baby, we have cars, TVs, refrigerators. We outside. We's on the internet now. So we can see your ignorance on the internet as you're on the podcast proudly saying that you're going to carry your child to see how people are living so they can appreciate the world. There are children in Africa that are living better than your own child, though. Living better than you. Mansions. With elevator going up and down. Mabu. Everything. Lamborghini, Maserati, everything is in Africa. So I don't know what part of Africa you're taking your child to. But I'm going to need you to take them somewhere in the deep bush, because everything you're saying sounds uber fucking ignorant and stupid. Excuse my French. People are so stupid. How can you get on a thing and say some nonsense like that? If you don't get out of here and stop giving interviews out, God damn it.
Motherland, let them see.
I think that this is a very good example of how well America does at keeping its society uneducated, keeping the people very unaware of basic things about the world. Because the idea that Africa is just like this amorphous blob where all the cultures are just like the same across the board, and that they live in woods and trees is ridiculous. One thing about capitalism is that it encourages the idea that living in tune with nature and living simplistically is somehow primitive and not worth doing, despite the fact that our modern society has more pitfalls than anything else. The average person in America is living paycheck to paycheck, and the cost of living is going up, and not because of any reason besides corporate greed. And then let's kind of try to problem solve why Africa would even be in a worse state to begin with. I think one of the most easy ways to go about it is to think about the slave trade. What would happen if you displace a bunch of people from Africa, and now those people who still live in those cultures in Africa have to just fend without like thousands, millions of people? What happens to those cultures? Why don't we do that to like LA? Let's just take 90% of the population and see what happens to the rest of LA without letting new people go. Like, did you guys not know that the richest guy who ever lived was a man named Mansa Musa, and he was from Africa, and he was so rich that he would take entire economies by just gifting regular people gold. He had so much more money than any person who currently lives today. And that's just because Africa is rich in gold and natural resources, diamonds, etc., etc. And all of those things, despite being from Africa, are stolen from Africa. France has a huge amount of gold, and it's almost all African gold. America gets stuff from Africa. A lot of other countries do as well. So Africa is rich land that isn't owned by Africans by and large. And lastly, I would like for this guy to actually be able to pinpoint where he would take his kid, because he wouldn't be able to call it a motherland because it's an entire continent, remember? And the reason why you can't do that is because of America, because of the slave trade. They purposely stripped you of your identity. That's why you have to use like a Ancestry.com like test to figure out where you're even from. And even then, that's not reliable. This is why education is so important.
and trees. So
We have so many fucking problems in this country, in America, that this guy saying this is completely laughable, because I only know like the bare minimum of things that are happening on the damn big ass continent of Africa. That him saying this is so funny, because it's like we are seeing the reemergence of like white supremacy and like Nazism. The children, the young boys are getting indoctrinated to be incels. Our school system is in shambles. There's states in this country where we have no drinking water. Oh, and by the way, as of today, September 18th, 10:38 a.m., there's a flying jet plane that's unmanned, that's flying on autopilot, that the government cannot get down, and they cannot find it. It could be literally over my head right now and fall right on me. And those planes can fly 6 to 8 hours. The government doesn't even know where it is. This costs like $80 million. But yeah, woods and trees. And by the way, that's the same thing, you know? That's the same thing. Woods and trees are the same thing, fool. Worry about your own problems. Ask yourselves why you're repeating white supremacist talk points, and then ask yourself why you have an embroidered cotton ball on your shirt.
it's in trees.
My boy, who told you we live in woods and trees? We got houses and like running water and like cars, and it's not the Stone Age, man. I mean, not all places in Africa are doing well, but like, we got houses, bro. We don't just live in huts. You know what I'm saying? Like you tripping, bro. Man, that's crazy. This guy's talking like we on some ooga booga type ish. Damn. Like, bro, I seen some places in Africa, like, better than what we got here in, like, Canada, you know what I'm saying? Like, Canada and America. Or the UK, or whatever it may be, man. Just love us this.
But look at them. They're staying in.
I gotta make a whole nother video because the last one got taken down because somebody, I guess, was in their feelings. They reported, and it got taken down for bullying. So, first off, so boom. Since that's out the way, respectfully, mans just need to STF you, if you get my draft. Because it's like, alright, bro, you had me at the first half, but all that extra shit that you was chatting about, you could have just kept that shit in your pocket. We don't need that shit. We ain't asked for that shit, and you just talking out of your ass. Alright, this is why nowadays I don't respect these people that hop on these podcasts thinking they cooking and spitting facts, because in reality they just sound wild fucking ignorant. That's just me. All these influences and all this extra shit, bro, we ain't asked for y'all. Go home. Like, what the fuck?
I want them to the motherland. Let them.
I'm sure if you just watch that clip, you're going to think, like I thought, that he's going to say something enlightening and passionate and something about culture or heritage and stuff. He doesn't. He proceeds to say something incredibly idiotic and offensive to the African diaspora. Like, it's just really bad. And it was stitched by someone who might be, you know, somewhere in Africa, like in a country within Africa. And I had the notion to like respond and be like, this is not all African Americans. And I realized that I sounded like this is not all men. And I realized it does not matter. Like he is correcting an African American, and as much as I want to show like this like level of solidarity, it's a waste, because I should be talking to that creator and other African Americans about.
Now, everyone was okay with his statement at the beginning, not until he got to the last part. it really is the last part for me, guys. Okay, I don't need to tell you how the comment section looks like with those teachers which we've just watched. You know this combo will be lit and will be giving emotional damage vibes. But let's get to the comments and check them out. Okay, the first comment reads, I just relocated from my mango tree to a papaya tree. This one says, when I have a child, I'm going to teach my child about the children in America that's starving. I'm really confused because it's either I'm in the wrong Africa or I need to climb a tree as soon as possible. Times are tough. I can only afford to live in a tomato tree. The big trees are for the emperors and conquerors. Laugh out loud. What do they do with the internet in the US? Okay, these comments will just make you crack your ribs, guys. Unlike people getting upset, they're just making fun of him. Let's continue reading some of them. This one says, texting from my tree house in the woods, about to feed my lion. I love how they all like, it's the motherland, we came from here, but they know absolutely nothing about it. At his old age, that's what he thinks. I wasn't even able to be mad or annoyed. I just busted into laughter because what is he on about? At this point, we can't blame the education system anymore. I'm so embarrassed on his behalf. Too many people have no clue how massive and diverse the continent of Africa actually is. Okay. There are so many comments from my African brothers and sisters. Let me just read the last comment and then we get to conclude our video. Okay, this comment reads, happy are the Africans that are staying in trees. My parents just went overboard and dug a cave. As I speak, I'm trying to get network. So many funny comments over here, but I guess it's even hard to get upset. I just don't understand why he said that in the first place. Now I'm wondering what he was told about Africa, because clearly it shows that he knows nothing and he was misinformed. But maybe he should have done, maybe what he should have done was to carry out a research first, and like embarrassing himself like that. I hate how people, you know, I hate how people who have never been to Africa gets to judge Africa. In short, like what he was trying to say was that Africa is so poor to the point that people can't even afford to own a house, reaching a point where they stay in trees or woods, guys. But anyway, saying we Africans stay in trees and woods was something he should not even have dreamt of. Like, no, he wasn't just supposed to say that. You know what, guys? Bye. See you in my next video.